Earth Day. Recycle me. Newspapers. What else do you recycle? Bottles?
Bottles.
And what about this? What's that?
Bottles.
And cans?
Cans. And newspapers.
And newspapers. Yeah, you can recycle all of those. And what is that? It's a spider.
And where's the mouse?
I don't know. Oh, there's a mouse.
I
See the mouse? There he is. Today we learned all about Earth Day. It's a special day. It's when we celebrate our planet Earth. That's where we live. There's a mouse and the spider. We watched a movie about the Earth's climate. You know what the climate is of the Earth? You know what the Earth is, Camilo?
That means you got
Is the dirt part of the Earth?
yes.
Yeah, the Earth is the place that we all live. We all live in different parts of the world, all the people, but it's called the Earth. It's a planet that the sun is shining on the Earth every day. So we have to take care of the Earth. You know why?
Why?
Because if we don't take care of it, it might not be here for us sometime. The climate is how cold or hot it is outside. Usually the Earth is getting hotter and the ice in the North Pole is melting. That's where the polar bears live. Yikes, I have to help slow down the melting. Dad, I asked, what can we do to stop the ice from melting in the North Pole? Let's find out, he said. It turns out that the energy we use doing everyday things like driving cars and watching television are making the Earth warmer. And it might get so hot we can't live here. We have to save energy, I said. I turned off the computer and all the lights as fast as I could to save energy. Be careful, Dad, I said. This is kind of dark. He might fall over. There's no light on. By the next morning, when little sister was brushing her teeth, I turned the faucet off. Saving water helps the polar bears, I said. I didn't want to take the school bus the next morning, but Mom said the bus saves energy because all the moms and dads don't have to drive their cars to school. Good thinking, Mom. After school, my friends and I collected cans, bottles, and newspapers, and then we took them to the recycling center. We put the money we earned in a big jar to give to a Critterville charity we called We Love Polar Bears. The next day was Earth Day. Our whole class at our school went to the park to plant trees. Trees are good for the Earth. They help suck up bad stuff in the air. It was hard work. Come on, guys, I said. Do it for the Earth and for the polar bears. Our teacher thought I should dig smaller holes. Look, he dug such a big hole. He dug such a big hole that he's almost going inside. We made signs that said reduce, reuse, and recycle. The 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. You know what that means? Reduce means buy less stuff, that you don't buy stuff you don't need. Reuse is you can use your clothes again. Maybe if your sweatpants are too small for you, Michelle could use them. And recycle is you take stuff.
Because these are for boys.
But she could still wear it to play around the house. And recycle, you could take your stuff to a recycling center and they could make it into something else. Like the plastic, they could make it into a bag that you could use for shopping in the market. Then we put signs up everywhere to remind everyone how they can help too. Look, reduce, reuse, recycle. The 3 R's. That night I couldn't sleep, so I went to the kitchen to get a snack. Then I saw a little sign that said climate control on the refrigerator. That could make it colder or warmer. That's it, I yelled. I know how to save the polar bears. I have to change the climate. The next morning I got right to work. I made a list just like Mom would do. Plans, thing, ice. Next I drew up the plans just like Dad. Little sister helped collect everything on the list. Look, all the stuff they collected. The most important thing was ice. We needed lots of ice. Climate control in the wagon, and there's an umbrella with ice and a fan. I put all the parts together. What is it, Mom asked. It's a climate control machine, I answered. It will cool down the Earth. It will save the polar bears. How does it work? Asked Mom. Well, I said the fan blows air over the ice and it makes the Earth's air cooler and it keeps ice at the North Pole from melting, and that will save the polar bears. I put a thermometer on top. I waited for the climate control machine to start working, but my ice kept melting, so I had to borrow ice from everyone in my neighborhood. I worked very hard all day long, but the temperature stayed the same. Finally, after it became dark, it got colder. Hooray! But the next morning, the temperature went back up and it got hot again. The climate control machine doesn't work, I said. It will never save the polar bears. That's not true, said Dad. Because of what we learned, I turned off my computer last night. Little sister turns off the water when she brushes her teeth, and we all turn off lights when we leave the room. Then Dad added, you and your friends collected bottles, cans, and newspapers to recycle. You also planted some trees for fresh, clean air. That made me think.